Well, today's lovely project is going to be prepping this door to be removed since I have a nice one on the parts car. However, I am going to take this whole door handle and lock cylinder since it matches the key I already have, and I need to take this wing mirror because the one that's on it is not this color. There's some other weird color. It must have, the wing mirror on that one must have been fading or whatever. So we will start by pulling the door card as I just run the door into more stuff. It's a good thing I'm not keeping it. So there's two covers here and here that have screws behind them. There's another one right here. Make sure you guys can actually see that. There's one right here, and then one up over here, as well as one behind this cover. And then I believe there's, yep, one more right up there in this hole. And then this whole thing will just lift right off. This also pops out right here. So we will go ahead and get that done, and I will rejoin you momentarily. And once you have all those bolts undone, just pull up on your door card here, and it should lift right up and out. And this is the inside of your door. Speakers, tweeter. You'll have to undo these two guys. They just are little slide cables to slide in for the lock and the door. We'll have to undo some of these sensors and the wiring harnesses that all feed through the door here, as well as undo this and these up here. And eventually this door will come off. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Went ahead and disconnected my side airbag sensor, since I do have side airbags in my seats. I will need to make sure that I keep that sensor so that way I can put it in the new one in case it doesn't have them. The side airbags weren't a popular option. I might grab my speakers just since it'll have the same hookups inside. I want to make sure that I've got all of them and they're in decent shape. Wing mirror is up here. There's a screw, and then 1, 2, 3 hex head bolts. This is the connector for the power mirrors. So I'm going to go ahead and get that pulled, and then we will go ahead and start finagling the handle out here. It's just going to require pulling down some of this plastic so we can get in there and see what we got to do. I should have had the window up, but we'll see what we can do. Then once you undo those 3 bolts, just kind of pulls right out, and you've got yourself a power folding mirror. Beautiful, is it not? So we'll hold on to this guy, and now we'll go to work on the handle. I did roll up the windows so that we could kind of get up in here a little better. Looks like it should hopefully just be a couple of bolts. So here's hoping anyway. There's another 3 bolts that hold the handle on. 1, 2, and 3. It might have been 4, but mine didn't have 4 in it. Just had 3. Which is kind of like par for the course. And it's also held on. There's a bar here. Just kind of got to unclip it out of there and pull it out. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Apologize, I had an itchy forehead. Got my hands full. And then, to get your cylinder lock out, it's just this white guy right here. Just kind of clips onto the bar there. You just kind of got to get it unclipped. I stuck a flathead up underneath this with my hand inside the door, and it did the trick. So this is how I will use the same key in the new door without having to have the whole new set made or have an odd door. Beautiful. So that gets the handle out of the way, the wing mirror out of the way. Now I've just got to pull my sensor down here, and I'm gonna pull the speakers out just in case. I might pull the door lock actuator and latch. Haven't 100% decided yet. I know they've gone out before. I pulled these off of a used car. But we'll see just what we have in store. I might take the other door lock actuators from the other car anyway, so I might just leave these I might pull these ones out and then leave the other ones in the car for the time being, since it should all be running off of the same connection. For the wiring harness, should be this guy, and I believe maybe this guy. We're gonna try with just this one to start. And go from there. I gotta cut it all out and feed it up through the door, which is gonna be a pain, but it is what it is. So I had to unplug the blue one, the lower yellow one, and this big white one closest to the door here. Let me get the light here. So this guy here, this little yellow guy down here, and the blue guy next to it. Pulled it through the grommet right here. So now the only thing holding the door up is this one hinge up here, which I'm going to go ahead and get undone here real quick. And those other two bolts. And now we don't have a door until I go get the other one. But it's raining today, as I thought it might, so that's why I'm doing inside projects for today, like pulling my door off, because it's got that big crunch in it. We don't need it no more, so it's good practice. I am going to pull the wiring harness out of it just in case the other one doesn't come with this harness for the side airbag. So yeah, and I think it's just good practice. Again, never hurts to know how to do these things in case you need to know how to do them. Well, seems odd without a door. A little different. But always learning something new. And now I'll know how to replace the door. And or take it off if I ever need to. Which is always useful information to have floating around. And a few minutes later, a window wiring harness. I took this one out just because it has these yellow connectors for the side airbags. I assume that all Celicas had the same harness in the door, but you never know. It's also a perfectly good functioning harness. So, yeah. This door is pretty much stripped. I'm going to grab the door lock actuators out of it. I'm going to grab my Torx 20 for that. Luckily, I bought a whole screwdriver kit because it has one in it. So, yeah. We'll get to that a little bit later on because I don't feel like reaching up in there and wrestling with unlatching it from everything.